This is my ECP project for ECE 285 spring semester. As you see here, I try to replicate the function generator by implementing two integrators, taking the output of the first one and putting it into the second one. This is my circuit, and I'll go in depth in just a second. And I have it hooked up to an oscilloscope with the two rails being connected to positive 9 volts here and then negative 9 volts here. All right, to start, I have the function generator going into a resistor, just right here, which goes to the first inverting input, which is pin 2 of the first op amp. Then I'm feeding back that signal back into the inverting, or right here, if you can see, in parallel with the capacitor. I'm also got this resistor coming out of pin 6 of the first op amp going to pin 2 of the second op amp. So feeding the output signal of the first op amp into the second one. And basically replicating what I did in the first one. So I have a feedback resistor and then a capacitor in parallel. I've grounded both non-inverting terminals, or pins 3 on both op amps, and I'm taking the output out from the second op amp, going all the way into a potentiometer. This potentiometer will act as an amplitude adjuster, and we'll see in just a sec on the oscilloscope. So I've got it hooked up here to the oscilloscope. I fed it a square wave, and I'm getting out a sine wave. So top is my input, bottom is the output. Whenever I play around with the potentiometer, I get something like this, where it would increase and decrease the amplitude. This is part 2 of the circuit, where I'll just go more in depth on each component. So here I pulled up a schematic of an integrator, and I've kind of replicated that on my first op amp. I don't know if you can see, except the difference here is this 10K ohm resistor is not going to ground, it's going into the second op amp. And you can probably see this is that resistor, this one right here. And then the second op amp is almost identical to this, except there is no function generator, and that is 10K. That's just a signal from the first op amp. Last thing I want to mention is, there's a lot of noise here, by the way, but yeah, if I put my output to the first op amp, I should be getting a triangle wave, because it's a single integrator at that point, which is what we get here. Ignore all the noise in the background, and yeah, that's it.